It's Monday, March 21st, 2016. This is PSN News. Tonight, we'll have the latest on code violations in the UPUA election race.
We'll also take a look at Thon's new director. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nicole Barros.
And I'm Olivia Hogan.
The race for the next UPUA president only began last week, but it's already faced the most controversy of any student election in recent history. Onward State reports that this morning, running team Divi Agnahorty and Megan Fleming were hit with 5 campaign violations. Each violation corresponds to a percentage decrease in their campaign spending total. The violations come after the website Underground Voices published leaked messages from Agnahorty and Fleming's campaign GroupMe. The violations include sabotage, slander, 2 counts of early campaigning, and mutual endorsement. This totals up to 42% of their campaign money lost. They have until tomorrow at 3 p.m. to plead guilty or not guilty to the Elections Commission.
And in a not-so-controversial move, the University Park Undergraduate Association passed a resolution last Wednesday that would make Penn State a smoke-free campus. The resolution, which Speaker of the Assembly Emily Miller clarified is not tobacco-free, passed by a vote of 34-4. The UPUA also unanimously passed a bill funding the What to Fix program. This will allow students to utilize social media as an online submission form to share issues they feel need to be addressed at University Park. Thon
2017 may be almost a year away, but planning for the 46-hour fundraiser is underway. Austin Sommerer was recently named the Penn State Interfraternity Council Pan-Hellenic Dance Marathon 2017 Executive Director. Sommerer is a junior marketing major who served as entertainment director for Thon 2016. The Toms River, New Jersey native's involvement with Thon dates back to 2014 when he joined a public relations committee, followed by his role as an entertainment committee captain the following year. Members of the Thon committee, including the Thon Public Relations Director, show their support for Sommerer, saying he's going to make quite a contribution to the Thon community as Executive Director.
Thon isn't the only organization with a new face at the helm. On Friday, an announcement was made in regards to Penn State security. Charles Knopfsinger was appointed as the new Assistant Vice President for University Police and Public Safety. Knopfsinger comes to Penn State from the University of Hawaii at Manoa and will be taking over the position previously held by Steve Shiloh. One of Knopfsinger's goals is to ensure that the Commonwealth campuses continue to be an integral part of the campus community. He will take office at Penn State on May 9th.
There will be increased police presence in a residence hall on Penn State's campus after an ethnic intimidation incident was reported on Tuesday. According to University Police, a piece of paper with obscene and offensive language was taped to a student's door in Geary Hall. This is the second time a harassment and ethnic intimidation incident has been reported at Penn State this year. Penn State spokesperson Redder Jensen and police are encouraging anyone with information to contact the Center County Crime Stoppers.
The fight over whether or not Penn State's new investigative model is fair or not is not over. The Daily Collegian reports university representatives met in court on Friday for preliminary injunction hearings in the lawsuit over the model used to handle sexual misconduct cases. 2 students are suing the university because they want to invalidate the 2-semester suspension Penn State gave them after the students were found to have committed sexual misconduct by having non-consensual oral sex. The students claim the model was denied them the basic right to due process. However, the university argued Friday that the students were free to have an attorney with them. The hearings will continue on April 5th.
Coming up next, we'll be talking March Madness and the numbers behind your bracket. Keep watching. The first transition phases from eLine to LinePath information system have begun. The newest addition to the website includes parent or guardian access to student data for fall 2016 and beyond. Line Path Project Director Michael Busquets says although they've started to roll out the system, the transition will not conclude until the fall of 2016 semester. Line Path has also responded to students' negative reactions to the visual appeal of the site, saying they took direction from the university to customize the site as little as possible. In the coming months, the system is being prepared for registration, advising tools, and billing functionality. And March Madness is underway, and everyone is watching intently to see how their brackets are faring. Our Alex Blankman is here to give you an inside look on how much money this tournament really makes. Alex?
Thank you. The NCAA brought in $989 million last year. That's almost $1 billion. Between bowl games, the college football playoffs, and the other countless sports that bring in revenue for the NCAA, they're certainly not short on funds. And yet the NCAA March Madness tournament is the top moneymaker every year by much more of a margin than people assume. Legendary college basketball sportscaster Dick Vitale once said, "There is no event that captivates America for 3 weeks like March Madness." The tournament brings in roughly 11.3 million viewers every year, and that viewership has been increasing steadily. So how much does the tournament really bring in? College athletics governing body will make roughly $900 million in revenue from the tournament, representing roughly 90% of its annual revenue. Considering they do not pay players anything, this is truly a goldmine. Broadcasting rights for the tournament go to CBS and their affiliates, and the contract is worth a whopping $10.8 billion over a 14-year stretch. And according to the NCAA, 96% of that is only Division I. All 68 teams in the tournament get their fair share, coming in at roughly $1.7 million per team. For small schools and small conferences, such as 14-seeded Stephen F. Austin in the Southland Conference and 12-seeded Chattanooga in the Southern Conference, this is considered a major boost if these teams go far. And for bigger schools, like in the Pac-12 or Big Ten, this is simply just a little extra spending money.
Well, I'm glad someone's making money because my bracket is busted.
I'm not making any money. My bracket is done.
All right. Up next, I'll be sitting down with Hugo McNeman, a graduate research assistant who is trying to lead a team to build a groundbreaking new eco-car. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm here today with Hugo McNeman, who is a leading team of a building Penn Staters in building an eco-car. So, Hugo, first, for people who don't know, can you explain a little bit about what the EcoCar 3 competition is?
Yeah, of course. So we're actually competing with 15 other North American universities to redesign a 2016 Chevrolet Camaro into a more hybrid and more efficient vehicle. So we really want to maintain the performance of the Camaro, but also really draw other people into the competition, into the car, and really try to tell them that, hey, it's still also efficient.
Very cool. And now this is a 4-year competition. So what have you done in the past year? I know you're in the second year now. Can you kind of go over the past 2 years so far?
Yeah, so the 4-year competition actually follows General Motors' own vehicle development process. So in year 1 of the competition, we did a lot of design. What sort of components do we want to get in the car? What sort of performance do we want to get out of it? And really, what are the numbers? What sort of 0 to 60 and that sort of thing. So that's what we chose a lot of stuff in year 1. Now in this year, it's all about get those things into the car. To really get a mule vehicle or just that initial build of the car done in this year of the competition.
Very cool. And how did Penn State get involved in this?
So we've actually been involved in the competition since about 1988 or so. Okay. So we're actually one of the extreme vets in the whole competition. Our current advisor actually competed back in the early competition. So it's actually everybody kind of joins and kind of stays in for way too long.
Very cool. And how do you guys feel about your progress so far? Do you know how the other teams are doing?
So each week or so, we usually get about an average of how everybody's doing. And I don't want to tout our horns too much, but we're doing pretty good. I'm pretty confident how we're going to be doing.
Awesome. So for students who maybe would want to get involved in this in the future, how would they go about that, or how can they learn more about it?
So there's a lot of different ways. First, they can come to our website at hev.psu.edu. They can check out our social media at PSU EcoCar3 on Twitter and Instagram, or on Facebook at the Penn State Advanced Vehicle Team. Or if they're an engineering student, whether it be electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, or computer science engineering, they can actually enroll for the ME 442W course this fall as their senior capstone course.
Oh, very cool. So now, what is the ultimate goal? What are you guys trying to do the most with this eco-car?
That's a bit difficult. It's a lot of weighing our options. We could try to make it a very efficient car and kind of go the more Prius route, or we could kind of say, hey, we want to keep it a Camaro. We want to get a big, nice V8 in there, really make it powerful, but that's more of a gas guzzler. So we're trying to go in between, make a performance car while also retaining that fuel efficiency of the Prius type other hybrids.
Very nice. Well, it sounds like a really awesome competition, and good luck to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Keep watching for your local weather forecast.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining us here on PSN News. I'm student meteorologist Brian Master from the Penn State Campus Weather Service. Let's look at this week's forecast. Here are the weather headlines that we are tracking for this week. Spring is here. Yesterday was the first day of spring, and the spring-like weather has returned to State College after that brief cold spell we had here over the weekend. However, we are also tracking the chance for some showers in the late portions of this week. And also here in State College, now that winter is officially over, it looks like we have broken our record for the least amount of snowfall we've received in a winter season, and it looks like there's not going to be any more. The old record was 17.9 inches of snow in State College, and now this season we've only had 16.3 inches of snow. Now, there's still time. They still could get a freak end of March, early April snowfall. However, with the way things are looking, how we're warming up, it does not appear to be the case that will be happening. So it looks like that record has been broken. So going into your forecast, here's what we're looking at tomorrow morning when you go out the door. Here in State College, we're looking at a temperature of around 31 degrees. So we are looking at one last chilly morning, but I promise it does get warmer after tomorrow morning. So make sure you do grab that jacket on your way out the door in the morning, though. However, going into tomorrow afternoon, you won't be needing it as much, as we'll get up into the mid to upper 50s in the afternoon. Here at 7 a.m. will be around 53 degrees here in State College, 56 degrees over here in Pittsburgh. So it'll be quite warming up just in the last 24 hours. And then continuing this on into your day on Wednesday, it doesn't nowhere near as cold Wednesday morning as it was on Tuesday morning. Like I said, that's your last chilly morning. Here in State College, 44 degrees, 49 degrees down in Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia as well. So over 10 degrees warmer Wednesday morning than it will be tomorrow morning. And then continuing this on into the remainder of your day on Wednesday, we're going to have quite the nice day here in State College. 65 degrees here at 6 p.m. during your day on Wednesday. 68 degrees down in Harrisburg and 69 degrees down in Philadelphia. So we're looking at a gorgeous day across the Commonwealth on Wednesday. Now, if we're tracking any rain, let's take a look at our eye on the future. There is a slight chance for a stray shower in our area Tuesday evening around 8:30 p.m. It has this. If it does come through, it's not going to be anything too serious, just a light passing rain shower. And then continuing this on for the rest of this run, most of the stuff stays up to our north into upstate New York and over the Great Lakes region. We're not expecting anything here in State College, at least through the day on Wednesday. However, going into Thursday, we could be seeing a shower or two here in State College. So what are we actually looking at for your forecast? For tomorrow, we're expecting a high temperature of around 56 degrees under partly sunny skies with the winds coming from the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then going into tomorrow evening, we do have Penn State baseball taking on the Mountaineers from West Virginia. 6:30 p.m. is the first pitch time, and we're looking at a temperature of around 54 degrees at first pitch under partly cloudy skies. So it's looking like a good day for baseball. So make sure you're able to get out there and cheer on the Diamond Lions. Now looking at the rest of your 7-day forecast here in State College from the Penn State Campus Weather Service. Thursday, like I mentioned, we do have that chance for a rain shower going into the evening hours on Thursday. However, it will be quite the nice day beforehand with a high temperature up near 65 degrees. And then it does begin to cool down a little bit going into next weekend. However, nowhere near as cold as we had this past weekend here in State College. We'll still be in the mid to upper 50s next weekend. That's all I have for you from the Penn State Campus Weather Service. And for PSN News, I'm student meteorologist Brian Master. Stay tuned because sports is next.
Mike Gilbert with your PSN News Sports Update. The Nittany Lions cruised to a second national championship this year over the weekend. This time it was on the mats. The wrestling team finished a perfect 16-0, clinching the national championship even before the final session began. What's more impressive for the Powerhouse program are the two individual championships won by senior Nico Megaludis and sophomore Zane Rutherford. Even after winning a national title, head coach Cal Sanderson has his sights set on the future.
When you win the national championships, you got to be pretty happy and pumped, and obviously a great team effort. 5 guys in the final, 6 All-Americans. We're happy, but we leave here ready to improve and build and get some freshmen to the next level.
Meanwhile, in St. Paul, the men's hockey team had its season ended by 7th-ranked Michigan on Friday. The Wolverines jumped out to a 5-0 lead, never looking back. The Lions did finish the year 21-13-4, but ended 0-5 against Michigan for the campaign. And what a weekend in college hoops, some calling it the most exciting opening weekend ever in the NCAA tournament. I agree with them. The highlight or lowlight for the gamblers was Middle Tennessee State stunning Michigan State in the first round. Of course, last night's action ridiculous. Texas A&M down 12, 44 seconds left. They came back to beat Northern Iowa in double overtime. UNI advanced to the round of 32 thanks to Paul Jesperson's half-court buzzer beater Friday. You had to see it to believe it. Wisconsin also getting in on the fun. Bronson Koenig hit a fadeaway corner three late last night as time expired to beat Xavier and advance to the Sweet 16. Now the hangover starting to set in as we have to wait until Thursday for more action. In much more depressing news, Daily Fantasy Sports will cease operation in New York. DraftKings and FanDuel have reached an agreement with New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman to stop New Yorkers from entering their contests. The battle pretty much over in New York. The possibility of the sites having to pay restitution to citizens who have lost money remains on the table. Now, the challenging part for New Yorkers like myself, finding a new way to make regular season baseball and Thursday, Friday PGA Tour rounds watchable. The thing about us New Yorkers, we're very resilient. And speaking of New Yorkers greatly affected by this verdict, our resident NFL expert, Long Island native Alex Blankman joins us. Alex, welcome back. Thanks for coming.
No, thanks for having me, Mike. Really appreciate it.
So what we're going to do is the fit or flop segment. Basically, we're going to go rapid fire. I'm going to shoot at you a few free agent signings. You're going to tell me if they're going to be a good fit for that team or a flop. So let's jump right in. How about we start with the $72 million man, Brock Osweiler, Alex?
I'm going to go Brock Osweiler ends up being a flop. Even behind a quarterback guru, Bill O'Brien, former Penn State coach, I don't think he's going to have his $72 million man even close to worth $72 million.
Agree. I don't think he's worth the money, but they did sign Lamar Miller, who will help. That run game will help him a little bit, take a little bit of the pressure off. Fit or flop, Lamar Miller?
Ultimate fit, because I think he's just a healthier, younger Arian Foster who clearly worked out well while healthy.
So the Giants spending a ton of money in free agency, signing Damon Harrison, Olivier Vernon, and Janoris Jenkins. Fit or flop for those D linemen?
All three of them fit. The Giants really needed help. They were the 31st worst secondary in the league and a horrible defense last year. Now looking forward, the Giants have a good offense as well as a good defense.
It kind of makes me mad when Giants fans are complaining they're not spending enough money. Then they go out and sign these guys. They're complaining they're too expensive.
They spent over $200 million this year, and in the past 4 years combined, $83 million total. It's only $20 million a year and $200 this year.
So let's flip it and go to the Jets. Matt Forte. Fit or flop?
Absolute fit in New York. Losing Chris Ivory to the Jaguars, the Jets needed an immediate running back replacement. So why not bring in someone who's a former teammate of their number one wide receiver, Brandon Marshall? Absolute fit for the three-down back.
And a good fit with Bilal Powell playing possibly that third-down role. We'll do one more. Sam Bradford, Chase Daniel. A lot of money invested in them too. Fit or flop for the Eagles?
All that money for the Eagles is going to be a complete waste, just like the Chip Kelly era was. This is a complete flop for both quarterbacks. They're both making way too much money, a little over $30 million, and that's not worth half the quarterbacks in the league.
Just inflating that quarterback market, making it harder for the Jets to sign Ryan Fitzpatrick. Alex, thanks again.
Thank you for having me.
Much appreciated. We'll be right back to the news desk after this message.
And that does it here at PSN News Tonight for February 29, 2016. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to check us out on Twitter at PSN News.
And make sure to watch us every Monday night live at 7 p.m. Have a great night, and thanks for watching.